Welcome to DSEJ Home Classes, an attempt to connect learner with instructor, a digital initiative by the Directorate of School Education, Jammu. Dear students, do you remember the poem I Cannot Remember My Mother, which you read in class 9th? It is written by Rabindranath Tagore, and the poem, which is the topic of today, is also written by Rabindranath Tagore. The name of the poem is Where the Mind is Without Fear, written by Rabindranath Tagore. Introduction about the poet. Rabindranath Tagore, born in 1861 and died in 1941, an Indian poet, philosopher, and Nobel laureate, was born in Calcutta. He began to write poetry as a child, and his first book appeared when he was just 17 years old. After a brief stay in England to study law, he returned to India. Tagore wrote primarily in Bengali but translated many of his works into English himself. Critics agree they are much more effective in the original. Tagore's writing is highly imagistic, deeply religious, and imbued with his love for nature and homeland. He was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1913 for his work Gitanjali, and he was knighted by the British King George V in 1915. This was a brief introduction about the poet who has written this poem, Rabindranath Tagore. This is the central idea of the poem. Where the mind is without fear is a fine example of Tagore's spiritual humanism. It speaks of his love for freedom and it is intensely patriotic in nature. It is in the form of a single sentence. In the poem, Rabindranath Tagore prays to God to grant true freedom to his country. According to Tagore, the people of India should be free from all sorts of fear. They should have peace and harmony. They should be guided by reason and logic and not by blind faith and dogmas. The poet seeks the blessings of God for the moral and spiritual upliftment of his countrymen. This is the poem, Where the Mind is Without Fear. I have divided the poem into two parts. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection. In the beginning of the poem, the poet says that his countrymen should be fearless. They should be self-respecting. People should be free to acquire knowledge freely. The people of his country should be free from dogmatism, conservation, fear, and falsehood. They should not be divided by the feelings of caste, community, religion, and province. Knowledge should be available to all and nothing should disturb their unity. His countrymen should be truthful from the core of their hearts. They should continue making endless efforts to attain perfection in all fields of life. These are the last lines of the poem at page number 85 in your textbook Chinar 1. Where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit, where the mind is led forward by thee into ever-widening thought and action. Into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country away. This is the explanation of the last lines of the poem. In these lines, the poet prays to God to guide the minds of his countrymen. Reason and dead habit are contrasted by the poet. Reason makes people thinking clear and flowing like a stream, but dead habit is an unprogressive. It is just like the dreary desert, stagnant and stale, hindering progress and happiness. The poet uses the expression dreary desert sand to suggest the irrelevance of outdated customs and superstitious approach. If we follow such approach, we will make no progress at all. The poet refers to God as thee. Without help and inspiration, people won't be able to change their attitude. This is the complete summary of the poem. Where the Mind is Without Fear is a patriotic poem by Rabindranath Tagore. The poet begins the poem with the wish that the mind of his countrymen becomes free from fear. They are able to hold their heads high with pride. It is possible only if his country wins its freedom. The poet wishes that all people of each country have access to knowledge. There are no restrictions whatsoever on the availability and acquisition of knowledge. He prays that his countrymen should remain united. They should be able to rise above the narrow considerations of caste, color, creed, and regionalism. There is an atmosphere of love and harmony in his country. The people of his country should speak the truth and make truth the guiding principle of their life. The poet prays that his countrymen should try to achieve perfection in every field of their life. He wishes that they should discard superstition and old and dead customs which have become a major obstacle in the path of country's progress. The people should think rationally that all their actions should be decided by reason and logic. He prays to God to propel the people of his country in right direction. It is only God's inspiration which can help them to choose the right path. The range of people's thoughts and actions should become larger and larger. In the end, he prays God to give this kind of freedom to his country so that her people live and grow in atmosphere which is conducive to their physical, spiritual, and mental development. The poet has used beautiful images to make his point of view clear to the readers. And the poetic technique used in the poem is imagery. Imagery refers to words or phrases that appeal to our senses or which create a picture in our mind. Imagery in poetry can be of various kinds. Psychologists identify 5 kinds of mental images, those of sight, sound, taste, smell, and imagery of touch. Imagery used in the poem is as under. These are some of the images broken up into fragments. Here, the poet has used the image related to sight. Narrow domestic walls. The image related to sight is used here. The clear stream of reason. Here, the image related to both sight as well as sound. the dreary desert sand of dead habit. The poet has used the image related to sight. This is all about the imagery used in the poem. This is the complete poem, Where the Mind is Without Fear. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit, where the mind is led forward by thee into ever widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. Dear students, Where the Mind is Without Fear ये एक छोटी सी पोएम है जो रविंद्रनाथ टैगोर ने लिखी है। इस पोएम में कवि इच्छा करता है, जब पोएम शुरू होती है, कि उसके देशवासियों का मन भय और खौफ से मुक्त हो, वो फ़ख्र से, गर्व से सर ऊंचा करके रह सकें। ये तभी संभव और मुमकिन है जब देश पूरी तरह से आज़ाद हो। कवि या शायर चाहता है कि उसके सभी देशवासियों को ज्ञान और इल्म हासिल हो। इल्म हासिल करने पर कोई रोक या बंदिश ना हो। वो ये प्रार्थना और दुआ करता है कि उसके भारतवासी इकट्ठे रहें, कि सब भारतवासी धर्म, जाति और प्रांतवाद को छोड़कर एक दूसरे के साथ मिलजुल कर रहें। और कवि ये चाहता है कि उसके मुल्क के लोग ज़िंदगी के हर मैदान में कामयाब हों और पूर्णता प्राप्त करें, यानी कि परफेक्शन प्राप्त करने की कोशिश करें। वो चाहता है कि लोग अंधविश्वास और पुराने रीति रिवाज को छोड़ दें। ये रीति रिवाज हमारी तरक्की और उन्नति में बाधा बन गए हैं। कवि प्रार्थना करता है कि उसके देश के लोगों को अल्लाह परमात्मा की प्रेरणा ठीक दिशा में ले जाए। केवल अल्लाह और परमात्मा की प्रेरणा उनको रास्ता चुनने में मदद कर सकती है। लोगों की सोच और उनके काम करने का दायरा बढ़ता रहे, कवि ये ख्वाहिश करता है। आखिर में शायर कहता है कि हमें अल्लाह वाहिगुरु परमात्मा से सही रास्ते पर चलने की दुआ करनी चाहिए। ये पोएम एक प्रार्थना या एक दुआ है जो रविंद्रनाथ टैगोर अपने वतन, अपने मुल्क के लिए करता है। उम्मीद करती हूँ कि आपको ये पोएम अच्छे से समझ आ गई होगी। स्टे होम, स्टे सेफ। बेस्ट विशेस।